Madam Deputy Speaker, can you please advise me where the Speaker of the House of Commons is, what mechanisms are available to bring him to this House, and as we wait for a deliberation to be made in that regard, I move that this House, you use the powers that I trust you have to suspend this House until the Speaker is brought here. You can't do that.
I will not be suspending the House. We need to put these questions. Mr. Speaker will be in his place tomorrow.
There are perfectly legitimate views on different sides as to the propriety of today's proceedings. However, I would just say gently to some honourable members opposite who have said that you cannot possibly have an opposition day motion being amended by another opposition party, that some of the members who are shouting the loudest
run this like a CLP meeting. That is unacceptable.
Sir Chris Bryant.
No, it's a CLP.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. I would just remind some of those who have been shouting the loudest on the other side of the House that they personally voted.
Point of order, Leader of the House.
It also appears from the advice of his clerk that the decision is taken against the long-standing and established processes and procedures of this House, and that the consequences may be that government is not able to respond to opposition day motions, and as such, the government does not have confidence that it will be able to vote on its own motion. For that reason, the government will play no further part in the decision this House takes on today's proceedings. I would like to stress that the government's position on...
I am bound to take the Labour Party amendment first and then move on to the SNP. That is all the advice I have received, and I'm sure that when she... Point of order.
Just don't take it.
I'm not taking that. I will. No.
Just don't take it.
Throw him out.
No.
The question is that the House do sit in private. As many as are of that opinion say aye. No. We'll have a division. Clear the lobby.
I regret how it's ended up. It was not my intention. I wanted all to ensure they could express their views and all sides of the House could vote. As it was, in particular, the SNP were ultimately unable to vote on their proposition. I am, and I regret, with my sadness, that it's ended up on like that, in this position. That was never my intention for it to end up like this. I was absolutely convinced that the decision was done with the right intentions. Just put that correct. I've never met with Sue Gray today. I didn't bump into her today. I do not want it to have ended like this. I want to say to the House, I will meet with all the key players of each party. I think it is right that I meet with each one. I want to meet with the key players who have been involved. Leader of the House.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for coming to the House.
Order.
The ayes to the right, 20. The noes to the left, 212.
The ayes to the right, 20. The noes to the left, 212. So the noes have it, noes have it. Unlocked. The question is that Amendment A be made. As many as are of that opinion say aye. It. The question is the motion as amended. As many as are of that opinion say aye. The ayes have it.
I am honest to this House. I am true to this House. I believe in all members of this House. And I have tried to do what I thought was the right thing for all sides of this House. It is regrettable, and I apologise for a decision that didn't end up in the place that I wished for. So I would say no. I say no. I will meet with all the. Just be quiet, please. I will meet with the leaders and with the chief whips, and let us have a discussion on what is the best way forward to try and ensure that, and I say again, I thought I was doing the right thing and the best thing, and I regret it and I apologise for how it's ended up. I do take responsibility for my actions, and that's why I want to meet, with the key players who have been involved. Leader of the House. We now come to the SNP motion on Gaza. I understand that the second motion on the order paper will not be moved today. This is a highly sensitive subject on which feelings are running high in the House, in the nation and throughout the world. I think it's important on this occasion that the House is able to consider the widest possible range of options. I have therefore decided to select the amendments both in the name of the Prime Minister and in the name of the Leader of the Opposition.
I beg to move the SNP motion that has been tabled in my name and those of my right honourable friends, which calls for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza from all combatants. And I wish to put on record, once again, our unequivocal condemnation of the Hamas attack of October the 7th, and repeat both our call for the immediate release of all the hostages and to see those involved in those atrocities called to account for their actions.
Hear, hear.
The war in Gaza is one of the great defining moments of our time. Yet until today, this House has not been given the opportunity to debate both the unfolding human catastrophe and the wider implications for regional and global stability.
Mr. Speaker, I beg to move the Labour amendment in the name of the Leader of the Opposition and my name. There are times when this House can come together with clarity and a unity of purpose, and I hope that this can be one of those moments. Mr. Speaker, it's with pain and sadness that this House gathers here today. The pain and sadness of war that has gone on too long. It's now 137 days since the appalling 7th of October massacre. And since that day, the killing has gone on. Flattened cities, ransacked kibbutzim, teeming refugee camps, hostages in chains. We've seen it all on our TV screens and phone screens. Mr. Speaker, a ground offensive in Rafah would be a humanitarian disaster, a moral catastrophe, and a strategic mistake. It must not happen.
Mr. Speaker, we all want to see an end to the fighting as soon as possible, but we also recognise, or we need to recognise and understand, that a ceasefire will not last if hostages are still being held, if Hamas still rain down rockets on Israel, if they maintain control of Gaza with capabilities to carry out further terrorist atrocities. The immediate priority must be negotiating a humanitarian pause. And this is because it will create a window to get more hostages out safely, to get considerably more aid in quickly, and to get further negotiations on a sustainable ceasefire going immediately. We want the pause to become a complete ceasefire without, I say this to the honourable gentleman, without a return to fighting.
And then I return to the United Kingdom, Mr. Deputy Speaker, to find us trapped in a crazy battle of semantics. I do not, I have to say, confess, understand the difference between a ceasefire, a pause, a cessation, a truce, qualified by sustainable, credible, whatever it is, humanitarian, one that lasts. The British people think our moral compass is spinning in this House, that we have no clue what we're doing anymore, and yet they see the bodies of shredded children coming across the media pretty much every day. They want three simple things. They want the killing to stop of Palestinians and Israelis. They want the hostages to be returned, and they want aid to flow into Gaza. And our job in this House, as backbenchers, is to vote for the outcome we want to see.